Bishop.
And I'm Dr. Steph.
And thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Our Life, Our Journey.
Our Truth.
And we're so excited to have you connected on today. We do not take you for granted. We appreciate you of all the platforms you could be watching now. You consistently come back to this space, and we appreciate it. And maybe you're watching for the first time. We welcome you to this community where we're trying to empower people and really share transparently our story, that perhaps it can be transformational in your life. So make sure that you like, you comment,
and subscribe.
Exactly. So,
and make sure you share with your friends.
Man, make sure you share, right? Because we want to expand this community and get the word out to as many people as possible. Now, we want you to know something. Let me tell you something. We read the comments, and we want to hear your thoughts, and maybe you have ideas and things of that nature. So make sure you let us know what you think at each one of these episodes. And we also would like you to go and get our merch. We got some cool merch out there, the Connection series. You love that. We have shirts out there. A couple of destiny, connected by destiny. Connection is the new currency. Cool things out there. Go at josephwalker3.org. Get our book. We've written a book together, and Becoming a Couple of Destiny. And we hope you get your hands on it. It'll be a blessing. So josephwalker3.org for all the merch, all that cool information, and we know it'll be a blessing. So today, got a good one. Because this is something we do organically. And it is about how do you support the aspirations of others and even each other. And how do you avoid envy and competition with that? And let me set the stage for that. I think it is important to understand that when a person is moving toward the fulfillment of a vision and they lean on you for advice, or they are moving in an area and you know you have something that you can contribute to that, it is incredibly important for us not to develop this mindset that what happens in them in some way diminishes what God is doing in us. Like I can support and I can push you without feeling like it's going to in some way truncate the thing that God wants to do in my life. It's that old proverb about being crabs in the bucket. Like who's going to be the first to the top? And we have historically and consistently pushed people toward excellence. And I think that starts kind of with the way we were raised, you know, and how we came along in our own lives about making certain that we were cheerleading other people, supporting them. And we've seen that even, I think, in our own marriage. And let's talk about that first, because even in relationships, you know, you think about how often I've seen it. I've counseled people who one person is kind of like really winning and growing, and the other person is just kind of getting out of the gate. And they kind of feel insecure and like, do I have value? What's going on? And how important it is to say, no, hey, when you win, we win, right? That's an important thing.
Well, I also think it's this whole idea or concept, because it's not just marriages, right? It's friendships, regular relationships, platonic relationships. It's just all the dynamics of people that you interact with on a daily basis. Like this idea that God's blessings are limited. Right? Like just because God blesses you or allows you to reach the next level, that doesn't mean that he can't do the same for me or the next person. Like your blessings have nothing to do with whether or not I'm going to be blessed as well, right? So here I am supporting you, getting you, helping you get to the next level. I'm not trying to figure out like, how can I get you to 80% so I can have the other 20% to get me to my 80%? Like that doesn't even make sense. Like I'm putting my full support behind you. And if we're friends like that, if we're spouses like that, if we're in a real true relationship like that, I know that you're going to put your 110% support behind me when it's my turn to excel. And so like you said, like when you win, we win. When I win, we win. And so that whole mindset, you know, some people might describe it as the scarcity mindset. Like we're in a desert, there's only, 5 loaves of bread and somebody's going to eat and somebody's going to starve. Well, that's not how our God works. Like, I know that when one person gets blessed, I'm going to cheer for you. Why? Because if I'm in line, that means I'm moving one step forward to be the next person. And if I'm not the next person, at least I'm not at the back of the line anymore. I'm still moving forward in line. And so every time somebody in front of me gets blessed, I'm cheering because I know that that means that I'm also one step closer to my own personal blessing.
So I want you to think about it like this. I'll give you a few words and we'll kind of talk about it. So I want when you think about supporting each other's aspirations, let's talk about, first of all, I'm going to use this P word, to pray. Like to really pray for God to do something in that person's life beyond yourself. Many times I'm in my devotional time, I get up at dark 30, my wife will tell you, consistently, and I work out at 5 a.m. Part of my workout regimen is devotion. I sit out on the deck of our home and I pray for her that everything that God is going to fulfill in her life, that it comes to pass. And I pray for ways that God could show me how to support her, how to be, the best cheerleader possible, and how to help relieve some of the burden so she could be her best self. And do not lose sight of the power of prayer, because when our prayers are individualized to ourselves, then it means we're not necessarily thinking about supporting other people. And we're taught to pray. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord. It's always me, I. Right? Yeah. But when you learn, but the truest test, I think, of really supporting someone is, can you pray? What a gift to offer someone, right? And I know she prays for me. I know it. Praying that God would do all these amazing things in her husband's life. And when you do that for a friend, like really when you go before God, lay out and say, Lord, bless their business. Bless what they're trying to do. Open up doors for them. Give them wisdom as they navigate this space. So don't underestimate the power of prayer, right? Here's another word. Kind of these P words. So
I see that.
But I think it's promote. Like to truly promote. Can we promote each other? Like, can we really advocate promoting people to say, I'm cheering you on. I see people who are doing extraordinary work, and as a consequence, that promoting them sometimes could mean I can be sitting at lunch.
I was going to say that.
Right? And somebody
Yeah.
walk in, I'm like, you got to know this person. That's about networking and connecting people.
It's really interesting because it's not about like what people say about you when you're in the room. It's about what they say about you when you're not in the room.
Oh my gosh.
So being able to be comfortable and confident bringing up your friend's business or your spouse's, vision at lunch with a group of people who you think can help move that vision forward, being able to say, hey, you've got to meet so-and-so because they're doing something amazing, let me connect you guys. Or, oh my gosh, have you been down to so-and-so's restaurant on so-and-so street? Like the food is fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, my girlfriend has a boutique store down on 12th Avenue South. Have you guys been down there? Yes. Because we have this expectation that, this is what we would hope that someone would do for us. But in order to prove or to have friends, right? You have to prove yourself to be friendly.
That's in the Bible.
Right?
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that you are doing for others what you would hope that they would do for you. And it's not always about cheering for them in their face.
Yeah.
It's about what are you saying and doing for them when no one else can really see you.
And we have friends like we talk about all the time. We have, and I think what I mentioned the name, I'm talking about, she's always like advocating. You got to know this person. They're doing this. You got to connect. And she's like, she does this in an incredible way, just always promoting other people, always pushing, connecting. And that's such an important.
Never about her agenda.
Never.
It's always about how can I help
bring these people together to get to win. And I think that's why she's incredibly blessed. Yeah. And I'm telling you, we call her Olivia Pope. She knows who she is. But I'm grateful for her. And one of the other P's is, and I'll take a little time on this one, is platforming people. Like in terms of giving opportunities. Like using your platform
That's
to
what I was
create
gonna say. If you have a platform,
using your platform to help other people win,
Move forward.
to move
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
giving opportunities to people.
Mm-hmm.
We think about this all the time, and the people we hire, people that work around us, sometimes it could be their first job or their
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
major platform, but you're like, hey, we want people to know the work that you see is extraordinary people behind the scenes are making this happen, and people ask me all the time, who does this for you? Who does? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll let you know, because
Yeah.
giving those opportunities and what really encourage somebody gave us an opportunity,
Yeah.
right?
It's also like knowing sort of the assets that you carry
That is.
yourself
That is.
and being able to extend those assets to others.
Wow.
Like perhaps you have a platform, maybe it's a radio show, maybe it's a TV show, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's whatever. Maybe, it's a, boardroom conference, like whatever.
Yeah.
Being able, if you got a table, offering someone else a seat at the table
Man.
so that they can jumpstart their career or jumpstart whatever it is they're doing. Just being almost philanthropic, giving people opportunities that they may not otherwise
That's another
have.
P.
That's how you will be blessed.
Philanthropic, right?
Yeah.
Because it is how we're philanthropic is this. It is in a wonderful book, Contagious Generosity.
Yeah.
It talks about this idea that sometimes giving to people is not always in
about monetary. Yeah.
It's giving sometimes time,
resources, energy.
platform.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's an incredible way to support people. And sometimes it could be as easy as a like on social media, a comment on social media, a repost.
Or a repost. Yeah.
Like, hey, I just ate here and go support this. And all your followers like, wow, because you said it.
Yeah.
It's like a certain effect you have. Like you said, recognizing your value. So I think that's incredibly important, the philanthropy part of that. Like, that is huge. How do I pour into this person? How do I support this person's vision and make it happen? And of course, I think even in marriage, I think that translates as well, right? Because it does take time, energy. There are times, for example, this one right here. Let me tell you something. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said to me, he looked at me right in the face. He says, I saw your life change when you married this one. She is so good for you. And it just blessed me so. And I know it to be true. And the reality is, it's because when I am doing the things that I'm doing, you don't realize the gift, the philanthropy of time and energy that she is putting toward doing all these other things so that I can be freed up to do what I do. We often talk about the role of a wife and first lady, etc. Our pastor's amazing. He's doing all these great things, but you don't realize, man, this would not be possible if she was not making sure the kids had this and that and doing this and doing that so I can focus over here and do that. And yes, we partner and do it together, but there are times in which she has to decrease while I can increase. There are times in which she's in her zone, she's doing her thing, and I'll have to take everything. I'll be out here doing everything. I'll be washing dishes, getting the kids stuff. I got it, baby. Don't worry about it. We do that. And I think that's what makes a healthy marriage work.
And I think also the idea, people always say, like, behind a good man is an amazing woman. Well, and the same thing, behind an amazing woman is a great man.
Yeah.
It's not just I'm doing my thing over here and he's doing his thing over there, or vice versa. It's because we're speaking into each other's lives. If he has an idea, he's not creating that idea in isolation.
That's so true.
Right? He's creating and birthing that idea in our home. Do you think with my mind I'm not inserting and into myself into his ideas? Of course I am.
Yes,
right?
a lot.
And he's doing the same thing to mine. And so what he's birthing is a combination of our minds together. What I'm birthing is a combination of our minds together, even though I might have the platform and I might be speaking it, but it's basically something that we have birthed together.
Which is the final P, partnership.
Partnership.
Boom.
It is so important who you partner with.
Oh my God.
Life partners, friendships,
Proverbs.
the people
Iron.
that you allow around you.
Sharpens
Yeah,
iron.
business partners. Oh my gosh, a business partner can destroy the vision, or they can help build the vision. I mean, like, we have learned this, learn this the hard way. But the reality is, it's a lesson that needed to be learned, right? God's not going to put you through a lesson that you don't need to learn, right? And so being extraordinarily mindful of the partnerships that you create, the bonds that you create over business, over vision, over just life moving through life together. Like one of the most important decisions that you can make is the decision of who you're going to spend the rest of your life with in terms of a spouse, right? And most people think it's, oh, who do you love? Love you. No, this is a life journey.
Yeah.
Who are you going to walk this journey out with?
Yeah.
This is a business, right? Like this is an empire.
Yeah.
Who are you going to build this amazing empire with? And I'm not talking about finances, right? I'm talking about goals, dreams, aspirations, no matter what level that is. You and your spouse together are building your own private empire. Just put your name on it. Whatever your name is, put your name on that. That's what you guys are building together. And to be able to pour both of yourselves in there, whatever you are building together, it's going to be greater than anything that you could build as an individual. And so if he's birthing something, if he's on the stage, if he's promoting, if he's writing a book, better believe that my input is in there.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something, better believe that his input is in there. And that's why his friends are saying he was better off now that he's with me. My friends are saying the same thing because I was an individual, but no matter what I produce, it's got his fingerprint on it as well, and vice versa.
Wow. And that's that whole thing, right? Being equally yoked, right?
Yeah.
Being
It's so important who you connect yourself with.
Yeah. Because nobody's going to take advice and partner with somebody who is not in a place where you bring value intellectual. I'm like, what was that thought? You could have kept that to yourself, right? But something that
Value
inspires
added,
you.
yeah.
Value added. If you bring value to the moment, and partnership is really about a lifelong commitment. Partnerships, man, are not seasonal. We're partnering for the long term. We talk about this all the time. People sponsor you one thing, but partnerships, man, they believe in you from venture to venture to venture. And I think that is a critical part of supporting people's aspirations. And I think if you go back and look at what we said, I think you kind of see a pattern here, right? The first word was prayer, right? Really praying for the person, praying for God to open up doors, praying that they have wisdom and discernment concerning their decisions and all of that. How important is that, right? And when you pray about that, and then they know you're praying for each other, then it's easy to promote. It's hard to promote what you hadn't prayed for, And so when I start promoting you and I'm saying, go get it, you got this, you can do this, that's a huge piece, right? When I'm promoting you like that, that is a big deal, man.
And I would also add on the flip side, if you find yourself in a situation where someone in your circle, spouse, friend, other, is seeking to do something in their mind that's going to be amazing, building, whatever, creating a new business, whatever, and you find that in your spirit there's something that's telling you, that's making you go, I really advise you to check yourself. Because there is something fundamentally wrong with not being able to support someone else's dreams, goals, aspirations when they don't have anything to do with you, right? There's something fundamentally wrong with not feeling good about someone who you feel like you're even with. We all have that comparison theory in our minds when they're taking another step forward, like feeling like, well, if they increase, then that means that they're going to cast a shadow on me. We have to get rid of this constant idea of competition. It's not about competition. It's about lifting as we climb.
Amen.
Because if you take a step forward before I do, that simply means that you're able to give me strength by leaning backwards, putting your hand down and pulling me up when I need the help. And likewise, if I'm able to take a step forward, I'm able then to turn around and pull you up. If I walk through the door first, guess what? I'm not just walking through the door and going to let the door slam behind me. I'm going to walk to the door and I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to make sure I stick my heel in the door to keep the door open for you, right? To make sure that you can come in right behind me, right? And so I think it's just so important just to be mindful, not just about what we do and what we say, because we can say a whole bunch of stuff in public, but privately we're hating, right? So just be mindful. It's not just what you do or what you say, but be mindful of how you feel.
Yeah.
And be able to self-check, because it's easy to criticize other people for not supporting you or not supporting this one. But sometimes the most important thing that we can do is self-check.
That's it. That's it. That's so rich. That is like so rich. And don't forget the platform, using your platform, recognizing the value you have, giving opportunities to other people, not, just holding on to the blessing. You talked about that door. When you go to that door that God opens up for you, don't be the last person to go through.
Yeah.
You can be the first, but don't be the last. And that's the beauty of Joseph. Joseph got into Egypt. He brought all his people. That's what you have to do, man. And then that's the whole philanthropy part. That is huge. Creative ways in which you can be a blessing to someone.
Other people, yes.
Whether it's monetary or not. Energy, time, resources, connections. I always tell people your network determines your net worth, right? And so, and then partnership. At the end of the day, it's a long-term partnership. It's about making certain that I got you. You can feel that. And when you are successful, you know who your partners are.
Yeah.
You know who these people are, and you go and you thank them and you walk alongside, and that's how it works. And I think that's what's so important. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. There are people who have incredible goals, aspirations around you, right? I know you have them. I know you do. And you know that feeling of feeling not supported, underappreciated, not valued? That's a horrible feeling, right? Well, when you put out support and love to other people, then you'll start reaping that back to yourself. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to say, how can I support someone?
Yeah.
Maybe it's sitting down and having lunch at a restaurant you've never gone to before. So I just want to come by and support you. Maybe it's, going by getting a cupcake here or there, going by supporting somebody's business and whatever that may be. Or maybe it's just sending a word of encouragement through a text. I know you're working on a book. I know you're grinding. Just know I'm praying for you. You have no idea what those little words along the way mean
to people,
to help them reach their goals. So that's what it's all about. And we're excited because we are committed to doing that. That's why we create this platform, because all that we have, we want to inspire greatness to come from you at the end of the day. So it was a great episode. I enjoyed that one because that's so organic for us, right? Helping people.
Yeah, I think it's just part of our DNA.
That's everything, every single day. So listen, I want to make sure that you make sure you follow us. Stay connected to us on social media. Follow my wife, Dr. Steph Walker, on Instagram. Follow me at Joseph Walker 3, and go to our website, josephwalker3 and .org. You can get all the merch, all that, and check it out. When you go to follow me on Joseph Walker at Joseph Walker 3, you can at Joseph Walker 3. Go to my link tree. Go down there and check out all the different resources and things that we have available for you. Things, mentorships, and all kind of cool stuff you can check out there too. So this has been great. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate it. It's been good. I'm Bishop.
And I'm Dr. Steph.
Until next time, peace out.